Welcome back to Steel City Live. I'm Jason. Sorry I missed yesterday, but here we are back again. What's up, Sean? What's up, Miss Pittsburgh? What's up, TD? What's up, Mike? Let's go, guys. Let's crack it off here with Friday edition of Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. Make sure you hit that like button for us as we move through the show. I got to get my little arm for my mic so I don't have to hold it here. I'm not sure how well it picks up if I leave it lay down there on the bottom. Hold on, guys. I got to turn down my volume on my laptop. All right, guys. Anything that you guys want to talk about, as always, make sure you're putting it in the chats, comments, questions, concerns. If you're not watching it now live, you can watch it later after it uploads. But we are here again, guys. Again, I apologize. Man, this moving has been crazy. 7 days straight of just busting my ass. I was even starting to feel a little nauseous here by the time I come home. I took my son to dinner before I jumped on the show with you guys. So here we are having a cup of Joe and some water. Hopefully getting all the funk out of me from working in the heat, man. That heat will get you, no doubt about it. Sean, you know about that living down in the jungle. mm. You got to get fan of the year this year. That'd be cool, man. Put me in. I don't know how you do that. That would be awesome. I would love that. That would be so cool, Blue Light. Yeah, dude, it is. It is. It's hot. When it's hot, guys, it just wears you down. Your body just takes a beating. And forgive me, I'm still disheveled. Now tomorrow, I got it all done today, though. That was a good thing. So now I'm back in action, back hardcore. So tomorrow, I'm going to take a day of rest, being Saturday, just relax. Maybe we'll kick off since we missed yesterday. A little bit of a special edition of Steel City Live here and go through some stuff again, just have some fun. But yeah, tomorrow morning I got to go to the post office because I got to mail D his winnings because I haven't got to do that yet. So I got to do that. And then on May 10th, in 7 days, we have our cash giveaway for $50. So that'll be coming out. And whoever wins, hopefully you'll have like Cash App or something because that'll be easy to do. But as always, guys, make sure you're becoming a member of the Mic Drop Mafia for 99 cents a month and you get entered into the giveaways. And now that we're back full swing, maybe we'll have some extra ones here. Again, appreciate your patience with me while I had all that going on. But at the end of the month, when the new house is ready, I'll have to do it all again. But the good news is everything's in storage units. So I've just pulled the U-Haul up, load it all up into a big giant U-Haul and do it all in one day. So hopefully, and our house closes on a Friday, I believe. Yep, a Friday. So it'll be a weekend. We won't have no show interruptions either. So everything should work out now. Everything works out after you just got to do the work, man. And it all works out in the end. I always try to tell my wife that everything works out in the end, even if it's tough and it's hard. And that's what I like to talk about with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You look at this roster, you look at how they're formulating this team heading into 2024. If you do the work and you go through these hard times where people are bashing you, people are criticizing you, and you learn to come together as a team, you learn to do the hard work when no one's looking. Good things happen, man, and I'm a firm believer in that, in life and everything, man. And I've not always followed that motto, but the older I get, the more I realize how true that saying is. The harder you work, the better things are going to keep coming for you, man. And you got to just realize hard times are what paved the way, and that's what these rookies and that's what these guys that are undrafted free agents that are just coming into the league need to realize this year. Do the hard work, man. When none of these cameras, nobody's looking at you, do those hard things. And boy, it could pay big dividends on that football field. And it ain't all about the contract in front of you. It ain't all about that. You do big things. You go out there and you win and you hoist Lombardi trophies. The money and shit come. And that's what these guys need to realize. That's how they need to get their mind frame, get their mind right with that, you know? But as always, guys, put your stuff in the comments. What's up, Thomas? What's up, CL? Thomas Martin, moving is the worst. I got the same ordeal coming next month. Yeah, brother, if you live close to me, I'd feel bad for you. I'd probably come help you. I know how bad it does suck. It's horrible. We're in the Airbnb, CL, right now. Whenever we put an offer in on a house, the people that were selling it, the one that my wife wanted, kind of was one of those deals of, hey, we'll take your offer, but you got to give us 30 days to like extra on top of what we already had needed to just get the paperwork and stuff done. 30 days, 37 days actually to close and all that. So they needed to be able to be in there until the end of May. While they wait on their new home to be built. So, we're cool. We're down for it. And it was the home that we wanted. So sometimes you just got to wait. You always got to wait for the good things. No doubt about it. All right, guys, make sure you're putting your comments, questions, and concerns inside of that chat. We're moving through here on Steel City Live. Make sure you share it with your friends, share it everywhere you can as we continue to grow our community way over, we're securely over the 3,000 mark now. Not way over, but we're headed toward that 5,000 mark. So let's keep on cranking with that. I truly appreciate your help there. But we haven't talked live since they have declined the 50-year option of one Naji Harris. I put some content out this morning for our daily upload talking about don't worry, don't get excited over this contract not being signed, this 50-year option, because I think the Steelers have broader plans for Naji Harris. And are the Pittsburgh Steelers now banking on Naji Harris's decline? Is that what their mind state is? I don't think so. I think that they think, hey, we want to get him in the building for long term. We don't want to mess around with this 50-year option and just play the game of, oh, well, the next year we got to figure it out. Now, I think they want to figure out a long-term solution, and if they can't, they want to move on to somebody else, and I can't blame them for that. CL, I looked at 20 houses before I bought mine. I wish my wife would have, man. Actually, it was kind of cool. Literally, dude, we looked one day with the realtor, and in the market that we're in here, outside of Morgantown in the Cheat Lake area, it's very competitive and very, houses don't stay on. There isn't a lot of inventory to look at. Literally, the house that we put an offer in was on the market for 8 hours before we put an offer in on it. That's how crazy it was. I think there was 9 total houses in the area, and there's a bunch of people that live here, so there's lots of houses. There was just 9 total that were for sale at the time. It's a little bit better now that it's spring. Spring is the time they sell houses, man. Spring is the time everything gets crazy. Sean says, my wife and I looked at 25 houses before we bought also. That's crazy, guys. At least you were thorough in your process. You were at least thorough. That's pretty sweet. Definitely. I only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, and I usually have 2, and I was wondering if that was what was making me wiggy, too. Like, I just felt really nauseous. I even took some anti-nausea medicine that I had, prescription strength. That's how bad I felt here just right about a half hour ago, 45 minutes ago. After I ate dinner, I hadn't eaten anything crazy all day, and then boom, got me. But we're here, guys. We're troopers. You put in the hard work, baby. No matter what. I don't care if I just upchucked. I'm coming back. I'm coming for Steel City Live. I let you guys down yesterday, but I worked until late last night. I had to ensure that I got this shit done. So I was coming back, and it was already like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I told my wife, I was like, man, I just had to cancel it. I can't do it. So, hey, things happen, man. Things happen. But hey, there's some big news. I really do think this thing, though, with Naji Harris, and we're talking about that contract. I really do think that. What do you guys think about that contract with Naji? Do you think the Steelers are more in tune to trying to get that more long-term deal? Or do you really think that the Steelers are banking on, hey, I think his wheels are about to fall off, man. Running backs don't last long. So what do you guys think? My thoughts. I do harp on this 60 yards of production a game, that average. I do harp on that. But I do like Naji Harris. I think he's a quality individual, at least from what I've seen from him, at least in the media and things like that. I think he seems to be a stand-up dude, a leader. So those things, those intangibles I really like. But what do you guys think about that contract with Naji and what they did and how they're handling this? Mel Mills, Najee's numbers are better than Henry's were in his first 3 seasons. Henry broke out that 4th season. Expect a big season from Harris. I hope so, Mel, and I hope you are I hope Mel Mills' comment right there, guys. I hope what Mel just said, I hope it comes true more than anything. I really, really do. One, for Naji, because he seems like a stand-up dude, and I think that that's cool, to get paid like that, because that's what would happen for him. He would get paid. Somebody's paying him. If it ain't the Steelers, it's somebody else. And I think that would be really cool for a guy like Naji, who seems to be a real stand-up guy. And then I think that that's going to be awesome for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because if you have a devastating running attack and you have it being led by Najee Harris, a guy that's able to ground and pound and wear down defenses, I think that that really sets up well for their next guy, their next act, Jalen Warren. And I think that that really sets him up for significant success. I really do think that. And when you're running the ball hard with Najee, you're wearing down that defensive front. Nobody in that defensive backfield, guys, those guys aren't built typically to want to come and tackle those dudes, especially when you're coming out of there with a full head of steam, 250-pound dudes coming at you quick, busting up busting up through that line. You don't want to tackle that if you're a defensive back. And that sets up big splash plays, big runs, moving the chains type plays, eating up time of possession, and that's what's going to help this defense long term also. Let's keep going with some of the comments. See how we all appreciate you, Jason and Sean. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Sean does too. Thank you, CL. Armand Perone, you should have a Stoney's beer and have a wife get you a Band-Aid. Nah, I don't drink too much, to be honest with you. I really don't. I do occasionally. Sometimes I like to have some tequila. I'll do that a little bit, but yeah, drinking me don't jive anymore. I used to be a big drinker, man. I used to drink on the reg, man, when I was in the military, and then whenever I met my wife when we were young and we were out just going wherever, you didn't want to be at your house, you just kind of cruising, hanging out, and I drank a ton then, but not no more. Najee was in that group of running backs complaining about salaries last season. I think they all were, CL. I think 90% of them were. And I think that because it is a true thing. The running back position is devalued. And as you heard the other night when Sean was on with me, and he talks about how the ground and pound, those guys touching the football so much, being involved in the pass game, being involved in the blocking game, all those things. Those guys get hit an awful lot. They take a very, very big beating on their bodies. And I think they want to be compensated for that. And you look at these owners and you look at how this league has started to devalue the position. And it's because they know that there's such a high turnover there that they don't want to pay for anybody, and they know that they're just going to be able to get next man up all the time. So it's like using these guys. Hey, we'll get a couple years of production out of you after we draft you as a rookie, and then we're getting rid of you because why? You're probably not what you were. And that's how much beating you take as an NFL running back. You have 300-pound plus guys smacking the shit out of you on a regular basis as an NFL running back. And when NFL, not for long, that stands really, really true for that running back position. Really, really true. All right, guys, hold on 1 second because I have to turn on my phone to do not disturb before we get froze. Hold on. Do not disturb, and we are back. All right, I had to do that because we always get messed up there. Charles B. looking in down South Atlanta Falcons diehard fan. Awesome, man. Hey, the Falcons could. What do you think about that move they made with Penix? I meant to ask you that. You're the first Falcons fan that I've heard come in. I think I've recognized you from being in here before. Maybe I'm wrong though. But I wanted to ask what you thought about getting Penix whenever they paid Kirk Cousins $100 million over. CL Bettis and Fast Willie were awesome with the 1-2 punch. Yeah. And I think that's what you're going to have this year. I think you're going to see a really, really good run game, guys. I really wholeheartedly think that. I think this run game is going to be absolutely special, ranking in the top 4 or 5 of the NFL. I really do think that. And I don't know how it could get much better when you draft guys across the offensive line that have such high potential. And I think that that's what the Steelers really want to do, though, is secure Najee Harris long term. I think that that is what their goal is because they know what their end game is with the offense and how they want to build it. And they want to build it around a guy like Najee Harris. I really do think that. And when you look at how this offensive line is just going to be real dogs, they're going to come out and just want to smack the shit out of people, guys. And I think that that's the brand of football that we're going to play. And I like it because I felt like that's how Steeler football's been played over the years. And I know this is a pass-happy league, crazy passing, constant scoring. But I think the Steelers just hold true to what the formula is that they know has worked to get 6 Lombardi trophies. And that is beat the shit out of you, man. And I want to see the Steelers get back to that black and blue Pittsburgh Steelers defense, offense, to where they just grind you. And when they beat teams, and if you've not noticed this through the past, when they were really, really physical football, when they've been really, really physical as a football team, I feel like, too, the teams they beat, and when they beat up on them and they're in those wars with those teams, I feel like those teams go on a couple game losing streak after they play the Steelers when they're that physical, because you're just wearing teams out, man. And I just think that is a recipe for real success when you beat up on a divisional opponent and they go on a couple game skid afterwards because they can't catch their breath because you pounded their ass. That's what I'm looking for, man. Wave those towels, Miss Pittsburgh. Sean says, I feel like Najee may get the Mason treatment, let him ball out and show his worth, have a career year, and then the Steelers let him walk. I hope not, Sean. I don't want to see him go if they can get him for the right price. But I don't think Najee would be willing to accept a contract and what I'm thinking or what you guys may be thinking. Maybe you guys think he should be paid way more. But you're going to have to pay a quarterback next year. I'm not sure. We have to see how these quarterback contracts and things of that nature pan out, because you have to look at that cap a little bit and still play within the parameters. Yes, you can move money around, but it's only so much that you can move, man. So we'll have to really pay attention to how they handle the quarterback situation, handle the salaries, as to what their real plan is going to be moving forward. TD, even though his fifth-year option wasn't huge, I don't think they wanted to pay the guaranteed money. No, I don't think so either. I think you're exactly right, man. The guaranteed money, man. Steelers guys, and this is our team. The team, oh, come on. Let me delete this dude that says, hold on. But anyway, I'll try to do it in a second. But anyway, the Steelers are this team that just doesn't give out a bunch of guaranteed money. They are one of the least amount. They have like the least amount of guaranteed money on their books, and that's just how the Steelers do business. And I don't know how they get away with it, but other teams, are really. That's how they bring in these big name free agents. That's how they keep their people. They entice them with that guaranteed money, man. And the Steelers just don't do it. They give big contracts, they do, but you don't see the tons and tons and tons of guaranteed money. Remember, Lev Bell went for, $30 million guaranteed, when the Steelers were offering him the same amount of money, if not a little bit more per season. He went for that guaranteed money elsewhere, and yeah, hey, he made it. Didn't have a good career after that, but he made that money. I think this will be Najee's best season. I hope so, Sean. Mel Mills, Najee is literally the only active running back in the league with 1,000 yards in each of his first 3 seasons. I understand that statistic, Mel, and I applaud it. But I don't think you'll like probably what I say after this. Look at how these games are. There's how many? 17 games in a season? And when you're averaging 60 yards in a game, that's not impressive. To me, anyway. I think that you could do more. And maybe I'm wrong. But I just think that just like, man, couldn't you do a little bit more than 60 yards? And if you're going to make tens of millions of dollars, 60 yards a game, just don't do it for me. That's just my opinion. Now, I may be wrong, and I may be, overemphasizing or maybe overlooking some things. Maybe 60 yards is a significant value, and maybe I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but it just shocks me. Yeah, he has 1,000 yards, but man, how many 100-yard games does he have? How many times has he really just taken control of a game and just ground people out? And maybe it was the offensive line. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe it was the bad quarterback play. Maybe we've just yet to see Najee in the right situation to where he can be even better. I think he's good. I think he's good to serviceable. We'll say that. I think he's an absolute superstar? Not right now, but he could prove to be this year. He really, really could. It just makes me wonder when you look at that statistic. That's all. AVJ 2121. We were 29th in offense last year with an O-line and quarterback upgrades. I'm hoping we jump into the top 10. What are your thoughts? I think they'll be in the top 15. I think they have to average, and I said this last year, they have to average 10 to 15 or 20 to 25, or not 20 to 25, excuse me, guys, I'm all confused. 25 points a game, 24 to 25 points a game. That has to be their average. That has to be where they're at. And I think that gets you inside of the top 15 offenses. And I think that that's what the Steelers got to have. With a defense that I think will be really good. I think that would be a significant improvement. I think it would be really fun to watch. I know that the top 15 doesn't sound like amazing to anybody probably, but having a top 15 offense, there's going to be some splash plays. There's going to be the ability to control the clock. They'll protect that defense a little bit and not expose it and watch it get injuries after injuries after injuries. You'll be able to see TJ and company really start to shine, you know? Sean says, and Naji has never missed a game due to injury in each of those 3 seasons. Yeah, he's not. He's definitely there. Steelers freak. 1,000 yards with 17 games means what? This isn't 1974. Do the math. Harris averages 64 yards per game, 3.9 per carry. Plus, he only has had 6 100-yard games out of 51 games played. Yeah, I mean, you put it right there, Steelers freak. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And I know that that's hard sometimes when we have a player that we really like. I get that. But the truth is the truth. The math is the math. The stats are the stats. And we can't argue that. And the Steelers see it, you know. Omar Khan sees it. Andy Weidel, they see it. Mike Tomlin, they see it. Yes, he provides different variables inside of the locker room. And he's a stand-up dude. His leadership qualities, all that. But you got to look at the numbers. And Steelers freak, that was a great comment. Spot on, bro. Add in his passive comments to the press to include questioning the team's work ethic and culture, and this is the result. The team is weeding out the immaturity. I liked him when he did that. I'll say that. Maybe he does, and I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to those post-game interviews. I still feel like people follow him on the team and that he has some leadership ability in terms of players on the locker room, but he did. You're right. They questioned it. He did question the work ethic. He did question how they handle their business. And maybe that was something they didn't like. And that very well could be. Very well could be. Do I know for sure that, maybe people are pissed off about it? No, I don't. But you bring up an excellent point. When you do say some things in the media, maybe it does rub people the wrong way. Maybe it was the truth, I think, but still, it may rub people the wrong way. And yeah, they may not like that. They may want to get rid of that. Let's keep going. Mel Meals, Steelers freak. I agree. Yet Najee's the only guy in the league to do it his first 3 seasons. Yeah, but what value does it have? You know what I mean? What did it do for the team? That's my question. The issue's bigger than Harris's production. Absolutely, I agree. Mel Mills, freak. I disagree. Najee was right. The work ethic was weak. The effort was weak. The play calling was weak. Najee was leading. Yeah, I agree with that. But when you see these players in the media, guys, and we're all talking about it here because we just talk about it. It doesn't affect us in any way. But there is a right time, right place for that. Should he have maybe went to Mike Tomlin privately and said that? Maybe, possibly. Maybe he should have done that instead of saying it at the end of the season. Maybe emotions were really, really high and it just came out. But hey, again, the team may not like that. So, yeah, that could be a variable. And was he right or wrong? I don't know if it matters with them, which who knows? Maybe that rubbed Mike, though, the wrong way. We just don't know, guys. I can't argue if he was correct about the team. However, punking in public doesn't sit well with the front office. Yeah, guys might be right. Tracy Michelle Binkley. I love this. I live on the Steelers. Who is your favorite player? Mean Joe Green. That's my favorite player of all time. Right now, my favorite player. You know what, guys? I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Who is my favorite player for the Steelers currently on this roster? And I'm going to go out on a wild limb here. Somebody that I really think is going to have a monster year next year. Somebody that I think is going to become a fan favorite next year. Somebody that I think can make some real big strides in year 2. And that is Nick Herbig, guys. I am a Nick Herbig fan, dude. And I don't know why. It's just something about him that really intrigues me. And watching his limited snaps last year and just seeing what he was able to do with limited opportunities, I really think he's going to be successful. I truly do, guys. And that's my favorite guy on this team right now. And I know that's wild to say, but that's just me, man. Let's see. Mel Mills, love the passion for the team, freak. Yeah, guys. Honestly, guys, we're never arguing in there. You guys say what you want. Speak your mind. That is something special about the channel. Speak your mind. We're not arguing about it. We're talking about it, and we're saying exactly what we think. We want to know. We want to see everybody's opinions. And that's what I like about this community, because you can say shit and you can, speak what you have to say, and nobody's going to be like, oh, you're an ass for it. Nobody's saying that. We all have differing opinions. We all want to talk about what this team got going on and what potentially could happen and what's currently happening. And hey, man, we're fanatics. We're Steelers fanatics, and there's no other way to put it. See how I dig the dig on Tomlin with the Saban comment, I think, sealed his deal. Yeah, you're all right. You can't just say anything you want. You got to have some reserve, man. You got to bite your tongue a little bit, definitely. Maybe Najee was just that frustrated, but, the Steelers aren't going to tolerate it too long either. I do still think that he has some leadership qualities. I really do. I like him. I like the way he spoke his mind, but I like the truth being told. That's just me. I like the truth being spit out there, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings. But some people don't like their dirty laundry being aired out. They want to keep it in-house. I'm all about, hey, say the truth. It is what it is. Man, we're in this townhouse, and I can hear my kids in the background, up and down the steps, all that. I'm not used to living in tight quarters, man. I'm not. Why you mad Steelers won? What's up, man? Sean, no running back in the NFL is going to do well and have the wow factor or numbers when you have an offense with QBs who are incapable of throwing the ball down the field. Let's see how Najee does. Yeah, man. But sadly, too, Sean, you bring up a good point there when you're saying, let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Sadly, in the NFL, guys, we have to remember this. There are limited opportunities, man. There really are. And if you're not doing what you need to do to impress people right away, you ain't getting many chances. I don't care if you were drafted 1, 2, 3, whatever. Yeah, if you're drafted in the top 5 rounds or 4 rounds, yeah, you're probably going to make the team. They're going to give you an opportunity. But as the years start to wear on, those opportunities are going to fall from the wayside, man. And you got to put up or shut up. And I hope that this is one of those years for Najee. I really do. We'll see how it goes, though. I think he has an excellent opportunity with the way this offensive line could potentially pan out. I definitely do. Extra black. Najee should know it's business. Exactly. I like that. No doubt. So he should act as a businessman and do what's best for him. All he has to say is the magic word. He doesn't want to be a hostage and go get his money elsewhere. Yeah, the Steelers, they'll ship your ass right off the minute you say that you don't want to be there. That is something Mike Tomlin holds very true. Very true. And he don't play with that. That's one thing that'll get you up out of there in a hurry. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. I'm going to get a drink. All right. Yeah, make sure you're smashing that like button. We've been hovering around that 70 viewer mark. Make sure we have like 12 likes. So let's not forget, hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. And I feel this is the best damn live show on YouTube, man. You get to voice your opinion. You get your comments heard. Yeah, and we talk about it all. We have no filter here. Tracy, yours is what? That's cool. Mel Mills, are you getting nervous about the Steelers not picking up a proven wide receiver in free agency? I gotta say I'm not. Now, originally I was. When they picked Roman Wilson, that made me happy. I think Roman Wilson has some high potential. I really do. But I'm not ultra nervous about it Because you look where what they've done this offseason, they have picked up some guys. I think there's enough bodies in there that maybe somebody emerges. But I think they still will take care of this. I think there's still time, and I think things will work out eventually. So I'm not ultra nervous about it just yet. Now, the closer we inch toward training camp, Mel, I definitely could get a lot more nervous than I am right now about it. But as of right now, I'm kind of okay with it and just see how it works out. Maybe it was the offense, really. What about like their scheme or something? It might have been, yeah, the offense definitely. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it could have been. That was a piss poor offense, guys. Matt Canada's scheme was absolutely atrocious. And I know they ran it again. They still ran it with the Mike Sullivan and Eddie Faulkner. They did run it, but it was presented in a different way. And you had real quarterback play, real NFL quarterback play for those last 4 games, and that was something you didn't have the whole season, and it really showed. The non-productive nature of that offense was had a lot to do with the quarterback play, and a lot to do with Matt Canada's inability to call plays and scheme things correctly and correctly get that offense moving and attack defenses the way they should be attacked. I just don't think he came out with a good enough game plan. You can't be the one-dimensional team. No, you can't. But you can have an identity. That's a thing there, too. And I agree with Sean. You can't be one-dimensional, but you have to have an identity. You have to have, and when I speak of identity, I mean what I was talking about earlier. The black and blue Steelers that came in and beat the shit out of you. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those guys that come out there and they want to just jack your ass up. They don't care. They'll take their personal fouls as long as they can smack your ass really hard a couple times. They'll eat those 15 yards, here and there. They don't mind because they just want to send a message. They want to have that identity. And I like that on offense too. Coming out, controlling the line of scrimmage, really playing smash mouth football, sets up big things down the field. Russell Wilson still has a big arm, guys. And if you give him a good action game, and if you give him a good run game with a little bit of time and protection, he's going to pick people apart, and he can definitely crush you down the field. He has that arm, and I know some people may doubt him. I know he got a bad rap in Denver. I know he got out of Seattle, but guys, I really, truly believe that Russell Wilson has a couple good trips around the sun left in him. Do you think, hold on, Michael Shield, how do you think we're going to do with Russell Wilson as our quarterback? I think fair to middling, man. I think they're going to do okay. I think they'll be all right. Do I think that he'll be some MVP candidate? No. Do I think he needs to be? No. I think what he needs to be is a game manager, a guy that comes out there, recognizes what needs to be done, has the ability in his head that he is able to check in and out of plays, call the correct protections, and with his veteran presence there behind center, under center, I think that that's going to pay big dividends, especially when you have a rookie center in play, maybe a rookie right tackle, a second-year left tackle. You're going to need Russell to really be able to identify things and really be able to get these guys lined up. And that's what you're looking for with Russell, guy being able to get this offense lined up. Being able to tell them, this is how we're going to get this shit done, man. We're going to slide this protection this way. We're going to audible or check in and out of this play or call or whatever. Hey, this hot route. You got to be really versatile in that kind of stuff this year. And I think Arthur Smith has to allow Russell Wilson to have some real control there. I think he has to do that with all the quarterbacks. They have to really study hard, be confident, and get that kind of a veteran play out of their quarterback position this year. And I think they'll get it with Russell Wilson. I really, really do. Do you think the Steelers reached out to the Saints for Chris Olave? I've never heard anything about it, but honestly, CL, I do believe that Omar Khan does not leave any stone unturned. So if there is a chance that somebody could be brought in to make this team better, I truly believe that he looks at it. So it is a possibility, but I don't know personally that they have. I've never heard that rumor. Even the people that I talk to on Twitter through private messages and email through private messages that may know a lot more about the Steelers than I do, I've never heard them talk about it either. Ian Rodriguez, what NFL team are you? We're the Steelers, baby. I like the Bills. Hey, we welcome all of you. Why you mad Steelers won? What's up? What up, Epic? That's from Mel Mills and Rodriguez. What is your favorite NFL team? The Steelers, Ian. What's up, Steelers freak? Those who have played point out Harris lacks vision and makes wrong cut decisions. Those are on him, not others around him. I don't know. I didn't hear that, Steelers freak. You may be right, so you're probably bringing something up that I just didn't hear before. I'll have to do a little research. That's an interesting point for sure. And if he is doing those types of things, yeah, that's not good either, you know? One thing I don't like about Najee, guys, and this really gets on my damn nerves with him, is he is a big bruising type back. Quit trying to hurdle freaking 200-pound defensive backs. Run their damn ass over, dude. Quit trying to play that shit of, I'm going to hurdle you. Get the hell out of here. You're getting tackled by somebody that weighs 180 pounds soaking wet, dude. Run their ass over. Quit trying to be something you're not. And that pisses me off about Najee. That is one thing that really pisses me off, especially when I'm watching the game and he'll break a 10-yard run and there he is about to beat one last guy to beat, and that's a DB that's going to shoot for your legs. Run his ass over. Quit trying to hurdle him, man. Just freaking plow his ass. Or cut back. Quit trying to be somebody you're not. You're not a freaking Olympic hurdler, dude. That makes me so angry. I don't know. Can you ask a question for... No, I cannot. Why you mad, bro? What position should I be? Wide receiver, running back, quarterback, or safety? It depends on your skill set, man. And guys, this is for young players out there. And I try to tell my Yutz older son, I don't know where he was. I thought he was behind me. But he was down in the kitchen. You got to play a position you're going to have fun at and enjoy. But you got to play your position that you're suited for, too. Play the position that your body type allows you to play. Play the position that your speed allows you to play. And do some research on these positions. What kind of skill set do you need to have in order to be successful? And if you want to play those, work on those things, man. You just got to really pay attention. That's all. Mike Miller, here we go. Steelers beat the Cleveland Clowns. I hope so. Steelers freak. I guess Austin is going on the long Colbert disappointment list. I hope not. I hope for big things in year 3 out of Austin. I just don't know if he'll get a lot of opportunity to do it. All right, guys. Feeling a little bit better with some coffee and some water. Yeah, feeling it, man. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live. Again, I apologize for ducking you guys last night and not having that show, but we'll make up for it this weekend. We'll get a good one going here on Saturday at some point. We'll just do a nice crazy session. We'll make up some time. But definitely, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button here for us on Steel City Live. Let's get to that 5,000 subscriber mark. That's where we're really trying to aim for here before summer really gets going. That's been our main goal, so let's try to do that too. So share, all that with your friends, family. Talk about the channel, and I'd appreciate it. Extra Black, you guys act like the offensive line was playing the way... paying the way for big runs. How many times have been many centers in the past 3 years were put out there, backs numerous times a game? Yeah, dude, I can't argue, Extra Black, about that offensive line play. You're right. Nobody can argue it. And the offensive line play has been horrible, guys. And I thought they were starting to hit their stride a little bit late last year. I thought they were starting to get moving a little bit. I really, though, like this year in terms of adding a lot of young guys to that offensive line, because I think just getting young, allowing them to gel, but they can't make the mistake. They have to give those guys max amount of reps. Make sure you know who you want in there now, and just let them go. Let them take their lumps. Let them learn, because you're right, Extra Black, without a good offensive line, none of this goes. It don't matter who you have a wide receiver. It doesn't matter who you have a quarterback. It doesn't matter who you have at running back. It does not matter. Those guys have to win, dude. They have to win in the trenches. And if they don't, who cares? Nothing matters. Nothing else matters. And that goes for the defensive front, too. They have to be a lot better. Cam Hayward has to be a lot better, but he was so hindered by injury last year. Let's see what a healthy Cam can do with a nice young guy like Keanu Benton. You bring in guys like Dean Lowry. We'll see. They drafted a dude just also too, you have that linebacker play that I think will be improved in the inside. That's going to bring some speed, help be able to blitz up the middle again, help being able to blitz off the edges a little bit in more exotic ways, being able to cover it a little bit different, showing offenses different looks. So I definitely think this offense will be, or this defense will be much better, and I think it'll show. But that offensive line gotta be better, dude. Pittsburgh CA Calvin Austin loves the Steelers. Oh, Pittsburgh, California. Teflon John loves the Steelers. Mike Miller now. We have 3 new quarterbacks for the Steelers. Hopefully we can beat the Cleveland Clowns. We have 4 new quarterbacks, to be honest with you. We got Plumley in the undrafted free agent market. Michael Shield, TJ Watt is my favorite player on the Steelers roster. Steelers free KC averaged 22 points on O and gave up 17 points on D. The Steelers averaged 18 points on O and 17 points on D2. They can get it done with better O play. Yeah, I look for that 24 point a game average, man. That's the sweet spot. TD with a couple of free agent wide receivers off the market today. I think we and teams will wait till after the June 1st deadline to make a trade to avoid the dead cap hit. That comes into play too, TD. Excellent point, man. No doubt. And that's what I said earlier. You might have to wait until closer to training camp. And that's one of the reasons why you have the money issues. And that's a big thing in this. Old Finesse, you see them doing a trade for a wide receiver. I could see it happening, but you just heard what TD said too. You can see some of these moves being made a little bit later in the summer now. And yes, there's some free agents who all went off today. I don't know. I'd have to look. But yeah, you might see it a little later. But I can see it happening. Fields must improve reading these schemes and being an accurate pocket passer. He can't just run gadget plays this year. He needs to have pocket passing plays to show improvement. Yeah, guys, quarterbacks have to show that improvement. The ability to stand tall in the pocket, you still have to have it. I know a lot of people love the running quarterback, love the run first type shit. I think that gets you in trouble and won't win you championships. You can't name anybody that's a running quarterback that's won championships. That's a strictly run first type quarterback. You can't. You have to have the ability to pocket pass. And I know Mahomes can move pretty good. He's not a running quarterback. He's a throw it kind of quarterback. He runs around, throws the shit out of the football, and makes plays. And that's what you need. A guy that can read defenses, that can what? Throw players open, throw receivers open, read schemes, man. That's big. You got to be able to dissect that scheme and know where your player's going to be. That's part of your anticipation, man. And until you can be a quarterback that can anticipate throws in a big way, anticipate wide receivers being in certain positions, you're never going to succeed in the NFL. It's not college. You're not going to have people wide open all the time. You have to be able to anticipate throws. Hold on, guys. We went crazy in the chat. Sean, he's trying to say that Najee missed wide open holes from the O-line the last 3 seasons. He missed a lot of stuff. I will say that. I don't know about that, but yeah, he ain't perfect. Harris runs like he's in the tight ass jeans. We love the Najee stiff arm though. I do too, Mel. I like that. That's a good point. While you mad Steelers won, what position should I be? Wide receiver? Oh, I answered that already. We need to get that 7th Super Bowl ring. Absolutely, Mike. DJ, Vegas Steelers fan right here. Here we go. Welcome from Vegas. Sean says, Mel Mills, just wait and see, bro. Everyone's tune will change about Najee after this season. Yeah, you never know, man. My tune ain't going to change, Sean, and I'll tell you why. Because I like him. That's the thing. I just think that he has to have that real breakout season. I need to see like 1,500 yards from him. That would be really something special, man. If he can do something like that, average about the same amount of touchdowns, maybe a few more, I say pay the man. I'm down for that, you know. But till you prove it, you know, it is what it is. Michael Shield, I'm tired of hearing fire Mike Tomlin all the damn time after all the success he's had, especially last year with all the crap that went on. Um, he hasn't had a playoff win since 2016. Um, and if you look at his playoff record, it's poor. Um, he hasn't won a Super Bowl with a team that he's solely constructed. Uh, I'm not saying fire him. I'm just saying he's going to have to step up a little bit this season. And we're going to have to figure that out. But Mike Tomlin definitely, if he can't get that done this season with the tools he's been given, if you don't see some sort of improvement, maybe a playoff win, or just some general improvement, things that you could be excited about, I think maybe it would be time to give him a different change of scenery. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You always got to appreciate what somebody pours into something. And Mike Tomlin has poured his heart and soul into the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh community. So you applaud Mike Tomlin for that. He's a well-spoken man. We'll give him that and we'll applaud him for that. But unless you have the results, and as of late, he hasn't had the results, and 500 ain't good enough. Just backing into the playoffs isn't good enough. So hopefully those things improve. Extra black, the Steelers have the highest paid defense, and yet they are still missing another true game changer. What do you think that is? I don't think they're missing anything now. I think Patrick Queen and I think Landon Roberts. I also like the addition of Peyton Wilson. I think that inside linebacker room was a big issue last year, and I think that'll be the game-changing portion of that you're speaking of. I don't think it's one particular player. I think it's definite a committee there at the inside linebacker spot, and I think that'll greatly improve this defense considering the speed and the range they'll have, the ability to stop the run. You have Peyton Wilson, whom I think will be able to cover well. So yeah, I think you'll have a nice mix there, and I definitely think that will be the reason that they change on defense a little bit and be much better. What's a good tip for a wide receiver? A good tip for a wide receiver is be very physical off the line. Don't allow people to bump and run you, man. You need to literally control that. Get the hell off the line. Get your quick first step. That's got to be the key for any wide receiver. You have a quick first step and you get your defender on their heels right away. That's the key to being a receiver. You can do all the jumping around, juking around bullshit, but until you have a quick first step that gets that defender back on their heels, that's the key, man. That's the key. And I know it sounds simple, but it is simple. Playing football is simple. You just got to do the simple things. Pray for a healthy Cam. Yes, absolutely, man. We always want to see these guys have good health, no doubt about it. Caesar, what's up? What's up, Caesar? Josh Allen winning his first Super Bowl next year? I doubt it, man. I really do. I like Josh Allen as a player. I definitely like him. I think he's a solid quarterback. I think he's one of the good ones. And but I just don't see that. I don't think he's going to have the team around him to do it. You're sorry. Oh, come on. Come on, editors. Guys, I've lost some ability here on my thing. I don't know why. I can't even control the chat myself. It's kind of crazy. Sean will have to be my enforcer. James Levi to Sean is win the Super Bowl next year. No doubt about that. He was crazy in the field last year. Who are you talking about? I'm not sure who you're talking about, James. Let me know. Caesar, I'm from California as well, but the guy is the next best thing. He's been dominant, just not playoffs. Who are you talking about? Josh Allen, maybe? Oh, I think you were. I get confused sometimes in the chat. I'm trying to make sure I answer everybody. Mike Drop is telling the truth here. Thanks, man. Who's the fourth quarterback? You said Plumley. He is undrafted rookie free agent, Mike. What's a good tip for a wide receiver? We answered that. Hey, what's up, George? Make sure you guys get your emojis and shit, man. 99 cents a month. Be a Mike Drop Mafia member. Get yourself into our giveaways. May 10th is the next one. D, one of our loyal listeners, won the first one, which I'm mailing it out tomorrow. I feel so ashamed I haven't mailed it yet. It's actually in the car, though, now, in the box. I've made it that far, D. I've made it that far. Joe M, no such thing as Cowers players. Cowers, not GM. I think you're wrong there. Is a Cowers coach team, so they are Cowers players. They play for Coach Cowers, what I mean by it. I think you're wrong there, Joe. Uh, you win with a team that you construct, a team that you are part of constructing. And don't think for 1 minute that Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan and Andy Weidel don't have conversations about who's going on the roster. It isn't just a Mike Tomlin thing. It isn't just an Omar thing. It isn't just an Andy Weidel thing. It's a collective group conversation. And yeah, they play for who? Mike Tomlin. They played for who? Bill Cowher. They played for who? Chuck Noll. That's just the way it goes. You got to put the blame somewhere. You want to be the man? You want to be the man. You want to be the guy, the head coach. You want to be the guy in the spotlight, the guy that's the head dude. You got to take the heat too. And you can't shy away from it. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. You're going to be the man. You got to take what the good and bad. Wave that towel, Miss Pittsburgh. Steelers freak. 7 years without a playoff win is a new ugly team record since the Super Bowl era started in 1967. Coach T needs to step up. Yeah, guys, that is a bad statistic. It's a bad one. And I know as a fan, and I know you as a fan of Steeler Nation are growing quite tired of it. And I would be too. And I don't care. People can say, you Steeler fans are spoiled. What? Because I don't want to be a freaking loser, you know? I don't want my people that I root for to be losers. No. That's not spoiled. That's not wanting to be a loser. And I think that that's a fair expectation. Wanting guys to perform well and get playoff wins. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button for us here on Steel City Live on the Friday edition of the show, only on Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason. Oh, I about said that's Sean, but Sean ain't on there with me. I'm losing it, my friends. I'm losing it. TD, I was happy for Claypool that he gets another chance in the NFL with a 1-year deal with the Bills. And if he makes the team, do you think it's a good fit for him? I'm not a Chase Claypool fan, dude. I don't like just the way he rubbed me, like the wrong way that his attitude rubbed me, the way that he kind of left out of Pittsburgh, went to Chicago, was really whiffing on blocks in the run game, just basic things, just really showing his true colors, not coming up very big in big moments. That play against the Jets where Kenny got an interception thrown at the Claypool on a 50-50 ball, you got to win there. And you got to be able, or if you're not going to win, bat that ball down, dude. You have a rookie quarterback or, young quarterback coming in, playing, starting. You got to help him out there. And big-time receivers step up in those moments. And that's just my opinion. I think he had some shining moments of his career, but his true colors were seen when you're missing just generic, basic blocks in the run game like he was in Chicago, not getting open, just really drops. He just didn't impress me. Do I wish him good luck? Absolutely. I hope everybody succeeds. I never want to wish failure on anybody, but I just don't know if he will. Mike, how you feel about the Steelers? I love them, buddy. I love them. What's up, Jay? What's up, D? Michael Shields. Do we have a team that can compete with the Ravens or Bengals and win the division? I would like to think so. I definitely would. But we'll have to see how this offensive line gets going. That's going to be the key. How do they come together? And then how does this quarterback room perform? They went out on a big leap of faith here. They had a guy in the building that they just let walk. They didn't entertain paying him. Maybe they know something we don't. But they went out on a leap of faith and brought in a whole new quarterback room, guys. There are 4 new quarterbacks in that room. Plumley, the undrafted free agent rookie. Then you bring in Kyle Allen, the journeyman veteran that's been around the league a little bit. Then you bring in Justin Fields, the guy that was ranked high, drafted high, but failed and didn't perform to the way that the Bears expected him to. He didn't carry that franchise, but still young and has some potential to possibly get better and correct some of those deficiencies. Then they bring in the wily veteran, a guy that's won a Super Bowl, a guy that was just wore out his welcome a little bit in Denver. Things didn't work out, and now he found himself here on a $1.2 million deal with the Denver Broncos paying a big chunk, $38 million. So you had have a broad spectrum, guys, of different quarterbacks, different abilities, and I find that to be intriguing. So we're gonna have to see how that goes too. Do we have a team? We did that one. What team you like? Steelers. Who's the quarterback you said for the Steelers? Plumley. Wave those towels for Miss Pittsburgh. Make sure you're doing that, guys. 99 cents a month. Become a Trump Mike Drop Mafia member. Get loyalty badges, emojis, all that fun stuff. There's one of me, one of Sean. There's terrible towels, all that good shit. Make sure you're hitting that like button, though. We are lacking on the likes. I haven't felt spoiled since 2009. I haven't felt spoiled ever. Steelers freak. I don't know. I've never felt that feeling in my life. Fields or Wilson? Wilson. George Teston, if you take away MT's first 5 years, he's still head coach. Or is he still head coach? That is a good question, George. I like the way you worded that, and I like the way you asked that question, because I don't think so. I don't. Oh, my coffee splattered on me. Armand Plumley will surprise. I now live 3 miles from UCF. He'll find a roster spot. That's cool. If you know anything like in depth about him, Armand, put it in there. Let us know a little bit. Kenny, totally agree. Mike Miller, how do you spell his name? Plumley, P-L-M or P-L-U-M-L-E-E, Plumley. He's from UCF, Mike. Kenny Herron, with our D, if the O-line meshes, it's over, and good quarterback play. Yeah, guys, there's simple formula to winning football games. You have to have good quarterback play, but you have to win in the trenches. Those couple things right there mean a lot, dude. Mean a lot. Because you can have mediocre guys that are wide receivers, running backs, guys that may not be superstars. But if you have good offensive line play, that guys, or the quarterback has time to throw the ball, has the ability to look for the open guy, has the ability to have that extra second to anticipate and throw people over and open. You can make guys that aren't the greatest athletically, not the biggest superstar in the world on the edges out there playing wide receiver. You can make them look pretty damn good. So we'll definitely have to see that. But those are two things you gotta have, and it's real simple. And that's why I said football is simple. Win in the trenches, good quarterback play, steady defense equals wins, man. I love that Jay is sure to mention Mason so he doesn't have to hear me pitch him. No, I didn't even think about it until just now. But yeah, I got to. My boy D, he gets heartbroken over our boy Mason, man. He does. He loves his boy Mason. He might end up switching. He might end up switching to be the Titans fan if we don't watch. We got to get some good quarterback play. We mentioned him earlier in the show too, D. I don't think you were here, though. We talked about him and how he gave us some good quarterback play. Extra Black, I think the slot cornerback is what has truly changed since Mike Hilton left. They have never replaced him with anyone who makes any splash plays. I think Sutton did. Not to the extent of Hilton in terms of the blitzes and those types of splash plays, Extra Black. But you definitely feel the gap and see the void that Mike Hilton left when he went to the Bengals, for sure. He definitely provided a nice spark for those splash plays. And hopefully guys that they have currently in the cornerback room are able to maybe give something like that. The guy Watt that they drafted at the end of the draft with one of their last picks, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they definitely have a guy there that I think could kind of fill that role. And I really like that Watt kid the more I watch about him. And maybe that happens. Abdullah, I'm from the UK. What sport you talking about? I'm interested in American football, Abdullah. Michael Shield, at least we've won 2 Super Bowls since Dallas has won their last Super Bowl. Absolutely. The Steelers are one of the few teams, too, guys, that have won back in the 70s. And have won in the modern era, so they got a nice mix, a nice mix of steadiness throughout their the franchise's history. So that's why Steelers Nation is just so big. It's a lifestyle, baby. It's a lifestyle to be part of Steeler Nation. Your average comic book nerd, what's up, man? Long time no see. What do you think of the draft picks? I love them, man. Oh, that's all right, comic book nerd. Just welcome back when you're here, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, I love them. I think it was a good class, but I did a show on it the other day. We have to wait a couple years to actually see how give them a grade. We have to wait a couple years to give them that grade. All right, Miss Pittsburgh waving them. I love those emojis, man. She always does us right with those. Mike Miller, here we go. Steelers number 1, baby. Kenny Herron. I like Mason too, but I'll die bleeding black and gold. Amen. Me too. The opposite is true too. Even if you have the best quarterback, if you get stomped in the trenches, he's going to look terrible. Yeah, you got to win, man. You got to win in the trenches. It's so important, guys. And it's not the flashy thing. People want to see the big name wide receivers, the big name quarterbacks, the big name runners, man. That's the exciting part. But the real exciting part about football, the parts that really matter, are those guys on the front, are in the offensive front, the defensive front, those big guys. They are what matters the most. They are what really runs a football team, what drives a football team to success. Matt Burton, Ryan Watt will be a safety. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure yet. I can't identify him. Jaden, if I had the ability right now to ban you, I would. That's stupid as shit to say. Quit being a douchebag here. We don't appreciate that. Thank you. Maybe Sean will get rid of you. I don't know why I don't got the ability, Sean, for some reason tonight. It's kind of crazy. I can't do anything. I don't have any ability to control the chat. But anyway, guys, we've been going for about over an hour. Again, I apologize for yesterday's stream. I didn't do that. So tomorrow morning, I got things to do. I'm going to chill, get up about 8:30, 9 o'clock. That'll be sleeping in a great deal for me. But I'm going to try to. I'm going to just try to hang out until about then. When the post office opens, I'm going to mail D his prize from last month. And then don't forget May 10th, I'm going to do the next drawing. That'll be $50 cash giveaway. Hopefully whoever wins that has like Cash App or Venmo or something. That way I can do it a little easier. If not, I ain't afraid to put a little bit of bucks in a card. Hey, D, when you open your thing too, whenever it gets to you here, I put you a little love letter in there. D says, how do you get your kids to let you sleep in? Teach me your ways. Well, young Jedi, you gotta let them get older. There's your trick, bro. There's your trick. Mine now are, pretty decently a teenager, 15. And then my 9-year-old here, he's going to sleep in. And I let him stay up a little bit late on the weekends especially. Hey, man, you want to be up till midnight on the weekend? Go for it. Because that means I don't have to hear you until at least 10, 11 o'clock. And my wife's always been like a sleeper. She gets up early a lot, though. She goes to work a lot. So she's usually up at the ass crack of dawn, too. But when she gets the opportunity, she can pound some sleep out, and they get it from her a little bit there. They could definitely sleep good. TD, who was the undrafted free agent running back we signed, and do you think he can replace Naji? Guys, I don't know enough about that undrafted free agent or C class. I will definitely do some research. That'll be part of tomorrow's live stream. We're going to do one. I'll let you guys know what time it's going to be. I'll announce it on the community section, so make sure you turn your notification bell on for that, and that way you can hear. But I don't know. His last name's Edwards. I don't know enough about him to give you a real insight, and I won't fake like I do. I'm not going to do that. But I'll definitely do a little homework on that for you, and we'll check it out. D, I got wow, then mine are 2 and 5. They don't sleep at night or in the day. The young ones, man, if you ever have any young kids, like a baby or something, I'm telling you what their problem is. When you got cranky kids that are crying their ass off and they don't want to sleep at night, there's an issue. And it's called they're hungry. Feed their ass. Take some baby cereal, put that bitch in that bottle, get that shit nice and thick like porridge, and cut the hole of their little nipple off that bottle a little bit so they can get that shit out. And you let them powerhouse one of them before bed. You'll get the best night of sleep you ever had in your life, bro. They'll sleep all night long. They're hungry. They're growing like crazy. That is the key, man. Feed their ass. Send them to bed full. That's what I say. That's just my parenting tip that I've learned over the years, especially the young ones, man. My kids were fat little bastards whenever they were small, man. We buy them little hats. They look like little gangsters, little fat gangsters. Mike Miller, what college did Plumley went to before he came to the Steelers? UCF, Mike. All right, guys, I got to wrap this show up. Hey, yeah, tomorrow I'll announce when we're going to do the show. But man, this has been fun. Again, I apologize for yesterday, but I did achieve my goals. I got the hard work done. Now to wait. Now to wait here in the Airbnb until things just play out and be finished here. So hopefully here before a month's time, we'll be building the new studio and rolling deep, man. So until tomorrow, guys, I'm Jason. This is Steel City Live, only on Mike Drop Sports, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Thanks, guys.